My speakers. Audio. There we go. Audio. What's going on with my controller here? Oh, this is a great start. Should have waited. My delay in starting this morning came from a number of things. One, I think my fatigue finally got to me. And two, with majority of my viewers in school and playing a couple story-based games, I wanted to kind of hold out. But I decided I might as well play something. So I figured I would hop on this for a little while. See if anyone wants to watch it. I don't know if anyone does or not. Got a couple of artifacts still to find. And farming. That's about it. Now I gotta wait till fall again for one of the things. To make the plum thing. The cooking is gonna be this last part, almost certainly, I'm thinking. Unless I never find a friggin' void egg. Is it completely random? Void egg. Let's take a look here. Oh, it can also be bought by the merchant. Okay, so looks like my best luck is going to be trying to get anything useful from the cart ever once. That's kind of frustrating. Because it's pretty much either that or the random event with the witch. So it really all comes down to luck, which goes back again to my one major criticism of this game is luck. Well, it's not my one major criticism. It is one of my major criticisms. I mean, there are other things I criticize about this game, obviously. Oh, great. Well, I'm glad that our creatures are bomb-proof. Why do you keep doing that? Oh, my cursor must be doing that. Stupid thing. Well, I have bomb-proof ducks, so that's pretty cool. Nothing there. Put this stuff away for now. Right. Yeah, this game, the criticism I have there is, um, the the game is very, very focused on luck-based things, and I don't like that, because a criticism I have about several games where this is the case is that when you make it too much focused on luck, it's not a fair replay value because it causes times all across the board. You can have people who finish this game, in probably more than 10 hours. Whatever a game year, maybe 2 game years is. And then you'll have someone who kind of boosts the replay time estimates by making it, you know, 7 or 8 years, 10 years. And I mean, that's not fair. And it doesn't really count as replay value in that way, I guess is why I'm saying that. Because if the quote unquote replay value is actually a whole bunch of, you know, not getting to play, a whole bunch of doing the same monotonous tasks with no, like, reward, I don't know what I think of that. Um, I don't have my pan, so I can't pan for that ore. By the time I get back, it'll be gone. But, I mean, that's another thing. That feels like it was poorly implemented. The ore panning is a cool idea. I like the idea, but it was executed very poorly. You can basically just have a slot in your inventory filled up for no reason because you have the gold pan, you have the metal pan in your inventory and it takes up a slot. Um, they don't show up very frequently. Sometimes when they show up in a place you can't even pan. They don't yield significantly large amounts of anything. I mean, I'm kind of critical of the panning. Some of the things I grew to understand were not as bad as I thought. For example, the fishing. I was super frustrated with the fishing until I learned how much your level affects things. I thought that level just made it so you could get new perks. I didn't see that it actually increased the amount of fish you could catch based on just by, making them far more controllable and just how much the tackle mattered and stuff like that. So I'm kind of past my criticism with that. It becomes completely reasonable as long as you know what you're doing. And I mean, it's not that bad. But when it comes down to luck-based things, I'm not a fan. Where I have one new person in town to find. what he has to say. I suppose so. Why don't I get to start by a pool of water? So it's gonna be quiet for a second while I'm concentrating on this. And like, I know that these holiday things, you don't have to go to several of them. Some you're kind of required to because they take up town, which when they take up town, that's gonna completely seal off your ability to do two-thirds of things anyway, because you also can't go to town while it's not set up. Not that it matters, because once you go into town, it activates the event, which isn't even what you're trying to do. Alright, I probably lost that one because I got so many friggin' algae. Oh, hey, I won again. I can believe I won. I've won every year. Um, but yeah, I know that you technically don't have to, especially if they're out of town like that one was. But one, when there's a holiday, no stores are open. Two, when there's a holiday, you have set things that once you get in there, you just have to do. Or, I mean, you can just leave and skip the event, I guess. But, three, it just wastes a whole game day. You do what you can at your house, and then you go into town, then you go back to bed. So it's neat for a gimmick one time, but when you have to keep doing it because there's two per game month, it's annoying. um, I get what they're trying to do. I like the idea. I just don't like the mandatory execution. I feel like you should be able to just do other things in town on the same day if you want. Especially because a couple of the events I just don't really like. So, I, I mean, I guess part of this is me coming to terms with the things that aren't so great about the game. Don't get me wrong, I still absolutely love this game. I adore this game. So my big goal now is to try and get a whole ridiculously large, crazy big amount of money so that I could try and get that last rare crow. And then to try and find artifacts and stuff. I don't know if or when I'll ever find all those last ones, but it's getting a little annoying. I would much rather have some. Oh hey, enough to put 4 away for another day. Oh my god, the music in this game. Like, I cannot sing enough praises for how great the music is in this game. I really, really enjoy the music in this game. But yeah, so it is good. It's great. It's awesome. If you like this type of game, buy this game and play it now. If you haven't already played it. I mean, I cannot say that enough. This game is spectacular in many, many regards. So yeah, it's an awesome, spectacular, amazing game. I really, really push. I mean, it's a great game. But it does have its flaws. And some of the luck-based things are a little bit on the stupid side. Like, 1 in 5 is fine. 1 in, even 1 in 3 is okay. But when I almost always get mixed seeds, like consistently, constantly, frequently, all the time, just always get mixed seeds when I'm trying to find these few artifacts. I mean, I don't even mind the yams and stuff like that because at least they're seasonal. That's not that big of a deal. But when I get the mixed seeds, and the mixed seeds have minimal to no use, and they sell for absolutely nothing, they're just a waste of space, and they use and clay. Clay is really annoying to me. Those two things, they just kind of show up and waste your time. I'll, like, go out of my way. Now, I will head south. I will go out of my way for this, and let's see what I get. Okay, yeah. See, like I said, those are okay, because at least you can use them for something. You can sell them for something. Let's see. What do we got up here? And so, since these last few artifacts, you have to go to certain places to get them to show up, and they have like a 1 in 100 chance of happening. That's pretty annoying. I mean, I could literally be at this for 3 or 4 game years, trying to find 5 items. At least with things like the prismatic shard, they have multiple different ways to get them, and pretty consistent things to follow to try to get them. So with these artifacts, you just have to dig and hope. A couple of them you can get by fishing, like 1 or 2. But let me go. I'll look up right now what the ones are that I have. Artifact. And the Void Egg, that's another thing. That one's purely luck-based. You don't have any way of controlling it happening at all. So that also, I mean, you're just waiting around. And sure, it's completionist material. It's not like it's mandatory by any regard in any way whatsoever. So there's that. See, chipped amphora has a 4% chance, so 1 in 25 showing up in town. I dig up the things in town all the time, never found it. The mask is only in the desert, that I have to go to the desert for. The strange dolls. Let's go down to strange doll. 0.1% everywhere. Skull cavern potentially found in the ground. Maybe. Usually all I find is those carrots. Mines, same situation. A fishing chest, 0.08% chance. So less than 1 in 1,000 of finding it that way. So it almost doesn't even matter. Amphibian fossil, 1% forest, 1% mountain. Fishing chest has up to 2%. Let's see here. And then the fern fossil. Let's see here. Or palm fossil. Forest, beach, and desert, 1%. So there are several of them, and I don't actually think up here north there's anything. Is there any that say mountain? Let's see here. Let's check through them again. Chipped amphora, town, so not. The mask, desert only, so I don't need to go to the mountains for that. Strange doll has, like I said, a 1 in 1,000 chance everywhere. The skull cavern has a chance, it doesn't even say what the chance is, or a fishing chest less than 1 in 1,000 chance of finding it. 1 in 1,000. I mean, that's a ridiculously small amount. 1 in 1,000 when you can only find so many a day, you only have so much time a day, and you have to wander around to wait until they respawn again. That's a really, really minuscule amount. The amphibian fossil looks like fishing's probably the best chance I have. It's about twice as high a chance of anything else. It does appear in the mountain, so I could possibly find it in the mountain. And the palm fossil is down south. So if I find the amphibian fossil anywhere, which, like I said, I can also find that from fishing at a better chance, a 1 in 50 chance. So I don't need to go to the mountains anymore, basically. Going to the mountains wastes time each day. I already went to the beach according to the stuff I have in my inventory, so I don't need to go down there. I didn't see any of those little things there. The fishing chest thing has a higher chance if your daily luck is high for the 2 dolls. But yeah, so but the reason that I have so much problem with that is because I want to do everything this game has to offer before I write a review. I just feel like this is one of those games where I can do that. I have the capacity to do it, but then it literally is now a waiting game. Like, I'm not getting to play the game so much. I'm just waiting for things to happen, which, I mean, I guess that's realistic. You have to wait on a lot of things in real life. That does happen. That's fair, I suppose, in that aspect. And the things that are rare are legitimately supposed to be rare. But this is a game. A game, if you're trying to play a game for complete realism, go outside. That's my biggest suggestion to you as a person. Like, I don't have a problem with games having certain things that are realistic. Oh, wow. Hey, there are people here. Hi, hi, hi. I've been ranting and let's see here. I've caught all the fish. I've caught all the fish. Yeah, now I'm switched windows. I can see, guys. I caught all the fish, every last one of the fish. A little bit of that, but this is the thing. This is slightly luck based. Like, yes, there is some luck to whether you're gonna find some of these things, but the 5 rarest ones have a specific place you can go to, which is where they will appear, which is better. It gives you a chance to, focus on trying to do that and have it come up. And it's skill based because you have to go do something and learn how to do that thing. So in those 2 ways, that's fine. I got all the minerals. This is very luck based. This is exceptionally luck based. It's all a roll of the dice. These, you have a very minimal chance of getting them, and like this one is pretty much I might never get this. I mean the odds are low enough I may never ever get this. I might not. I happen to get this one. I mean that happened, so that's cool I suppose, but I'll never get this one it seems. This one could possibly be gotten better by fishing. This is mostly found in the southern parts, south of town and west of town. This is found where I am right now, and this is mostly, or no, this is only found in town at the 1 in 25% chance. Never found it. Never found it in all the years I've done this, and I dig up every single one of those things I find. Needless to say, I'm a little bit irate about that, thinking about it now and analyzing it from a gameplay perspective. I find that pretty faulty gameplay. Because, like, if it's something that you have to buy and save up for, it comes down to how fast you want to work on getting money. And that's fine. That means you're playing at your own pace. That's great. I endorse that kind of thing. But when it comes down to, well, you better dig up every single one of these or you never find it, and then you get crap like that, the mixed seeds in the clay, that is a huge, huge slight on the game in my mind. It really is exhausting and frustrating because I have no control over that. I don't get to do anything to try and fix that whatsoever. See, like again, these guys, if you're skilled enough, you can take care of them. It's not that big of a problem. Gold, that's probably the rarest thing I've ever found here. But, like, I don't know. And it might be because I'm getting a little anxious that I've spent so many hours on this game, and some of these things, I literally know that it's a complete gamble that I will ever see anything amount to all this work that I've been trying to do in it. But yeah, it's disappointing at best. These guys, like I said, okay, so I have a lot of problems with these guys just because they're, like, incomparably high difficulty compared to the majority of the game. They do a lot of damage. They move relatively quickly. You can't hear them coming exactly, so you can't always prepare for them. They're pretty top level difficulty, which is fine because this is kind of like the post game of the mines, and so that's fine. Well, I still don't like them. They're annoying. If you're good enough at the game, it's not a problem. See, like I dispatched these guys even though there were 2 of them and I didn't have any warning that they were going to be there. So you can handle them. And that's fine. That's totally cool. That's good. That's legitimate gameplay. I have no qualms with that in its performance, I guess. It's executed in an okay enough way that you can understand what you're doing and take steps to overcome it. But when you're just, I mean, like, the other thing that I'm waiting on getting is the rare crow, and I'm going to go about the super lazy guy's way of doing it, is I'm going to just raise a whole bunch of money, buy a bunch of tokens, and get it. That's why I am coming to the mines in the first place anymore, is so that I can get a ridiculously large amount of money. It's going to cost me basically 1 million game dollars, so I'm kind of on a race to see how ridiculously large amounts of money I can get. But I'm using up part of my time now digging up these kinds of things to see if I can find one of those artifacts. Because one of them can appear in the dirt here. Oh, hey, look, one of the books I don't have. Honestly, I forgot about the books to some extent. Because, I mean, there are apparently 19 of the books. I don't know how many I have. I'm sure I've gotten close to all of them. But, in fact, I honestly thought probably, if I was even considering it, I probably thought I had all of them, because that's the first time I've seen one of them in a long time. But, oh hey, I did find an artifact, not the one I need. Yeah, no, the strange dolls have a 1 in 1,000 chance of showing up, basically. 1 in 1,000. I want you to think about how many of those things you see, how many days it takes for a significant amount of them to show up, and then think of what 1 in 1,000 of digging those things up is. And that's on the ones where it has a quantifiable amount. It just says that it can appear in these caves. It doesn't say how often it appears in these caves. I'm a little frustrated right now. I wasn't until I considered what was left for me to do, and how what's left for me to do to write a basically completionist review on this game is going to be so much waiting. Because, as I said, I love this game. I've spent, let's see, I think on my thing it says like 114, 115 hours playing this game. You don't do that with a game you don't like. You just don't. You go, okay, and then you leave. You get out of Dodge and you go do something else, something that you can actually enjoy. This, I'm at 114 hours, because I do. I really, really like this game. But now I'm nervous the amount of time it's going to take of me waiting around to find these few artifacts to get a completionist level might make me think less of this game. And that's a terrible, terrible thing to say about something. You don't ever want to end up hating something that you loved, and I certainly doubt I would hate it, but it could knock, like, points off the review from a completionist standpoint. From just a regular gameplay standpoint, it's fine, because you're not even going to think about it. They're not important, they're not relevant. So, the general overall rating, sure, it's fine, it's great, whatever. But if you're doing this as a completionist, for a completionist, it's going to cause a lot of irritation and frustration because there's a whole bunch of stuff you have no control over. There's no skill to it. It's literally all luck-based, and that's not great. Which I suppose you do that to yourself, and that's totally fine. I understand that. Well, I have some of the Lucky Lunches, but they're kind of expensive, and I don't have a Blue Jazz farm. And so I don't have a whole lot. I only have 4 of them. I use Spicy Eel quite a bit, because these guys here will drop Spicy Eel from time to time. But I don't use the Lucky Lunches unless, like, I am specifically going after a thing, and I know I have some chance and some control over it. If I were to use Lucky Lunch, there could be a chance that I would use the Lucky Lunch and then dig up a spot, and then that be the only spot on the entire map. Yeah, I could do a blue jazz farm in the greenhouse. I could. I have plenty of space for me to do that, and I might do that if I have to. But it's just a little bit. See, like I get spicy eel from these guys all the time. I'm not gonna use one today because there's only 4 game hours left. But so I can get the spicy eels, which increases your luck as well. But I just feel like you're putting way too much waiting on the hands of the players, and again, it's only going to affect a certain group of them, so I think that's also part of why it's worth mentioning, because only a completionist is ever going to notice this. Well, a completionist and me. I am not typically a completionist, so the majority of games I wouldn't ever even bother thinking about this. But this, I'm going to try and do a completion run because I'm super, super close. I only have just a little bit left to do. Oh. So my luck must be low today anyway. I have a whole bunch of these geodes and my luck hasn't been very high, so I haven't tried to open them. I'd rather open them on a day where there's a chance I could get quite a bit of money off of them. I don't want to get just like all, what's the, little brown thing that's worth like 25. So I've been waiting on those. I have like 200 of them, and like my luck's been low for like 2 weeks. And then we also had the one day where I couldn't have done anything even if my luck was high because the blacksmith would have been closed because there was the event. And the events waste a day. They just waste a day. You just have to count that as nothing is going to get done this day. The most you can do is if you have stuff on your farm, you can sell stuff on your farm. Or you can go to the mines and sell any non-geode things that you find in the mines. That's about it. So they're a waste of a day, and I don't like that. I feel like there should be some sort of like other stuff, but once you've bought everything that there is to buy in that area, there's no real reason to redo them. And so the fact that you have to do them every game year or have to work your life around them every game year isn't very cool. I don't like that. Oh, we got a glitched mummy again. But yes, hello Crimson Gems. This is the first time I think I've seen you in here. Well, I guess if you're asking about how many fish I had, it probably is the first time you've been in here, at least while I'm playing this game. I'm normally a lot more positive about this game, but I'm just a little daunted by what I have left to deal with. And so I'm not so happy that like I have almost no control over it. Because from a gameplay standpoint, I don't know that I think very positively of that. It's getting late. These guys do, I think, the most damage of anything in the game. Because they can do like 25 damage to you with full armor on. Full armor. Full shoes on. The best shoes you can do for defense. But yeah, so it's basically down to the fact that it's so luck based, and that's really obnoxious. I'm guessing that the lucky lunches also increase the chance. Let's see here. The only things I have left are 5 artifacts that are all less than 1% except one. One of the strange dolls. This one has a higher chance, but I'm not finding any things to dig up in the desert lately, except for where I get mixed seeds, which I get constantly. The amphibian fossil, the palm fossil, and this, which is a 4% chance, and I've never once found it in the almost 4 years of gameplay that I've done in this game. And so I'm irritated by that being the case. I'll just sell these this time. I have enough if I need to cook anything. Let's see here. But yeah, these are pointless. Mixed seeds are pointless, so I just sell them even though they're not worth anything. What else we got? That looks like everything. All this goes inside. I'll just put the slime in here. I'll just have 2 stacks of slime. Big deal. Yeah, I have exactly 5 artifacts. We're in the exact same boat on that. I have other achievements I need to do, but I just haven't talked to people in town enough is basically what it is for that. That's something that will come in time as long as I talk to people in town, which I haven't done lately because I'm much more fixed on these. And I didn't give bouquets to everyone before I got married, which means that now I'm limited on a couple of them, so I can't even use them as sources for this. Which that's another very guide dang it kind of situation. Oh, you better give bouquets to everybody when you're trying to date one person. I didn't want my character to be a Don Juan, honestly. I just didn't. I already beat the Prairie King game, I think. Open the official stream again, maybe? 1 second. Okay then. Yeah, no, I don't even need... the Judge Part membership isn't one of them. See you, Xander. In the Prairie King game... Oh, you mean like Steam achievements? I'm not worried about Steam achievements. I don't have all the achievements for any game on Steam, so that's not a concern at all to me. Okay, so that's fine. I can do that. I can eat one of these spicy eel, and I can take all of my geodes into town. And I can probably make some pretty good money today. And then I just have to... I'll have to get some blue jasmine spring starts. And just start farming lucky lunches, I guess. That's going to be the closing part of this game, is going to end up being farming lucky lunches. That's all it's going to be. So if that sounds boring to you, I'm sorry, but that's the cards we've been dealt. So this. Wait, 2 game hours. Oh, I see. I think those are the only 2. Oh, and finding all the star drops, I suppose. Well, it might be, but I also have to get seeds for that as well. So either way, I have to wait until the next season, and I won't be able to get more pumpkin seeds until fall. Ah, that's my good luck coming into... Oh, look at that good luck! Oh, man, that luck is so good. Oh, and I have that one, and it's like one of the least financially valuable artifacts you can find. Yeah, digging your trash. Sucks for you, dude. You just lost some broken glasses. Alright, so +1 luck. At least it's not a negative day. On this, I've been told that either it doesn't matter or it could matter, so I'm just erring on the side of caution. And giving luck before I go and do all these. Of course, from what I see in the gameplay, it looks more like the luck is important when you find them and not when you open them. Because it looks like they have the same thing every day if you restart your day. Well, I'm gonna fill my entire inventory slot up with stuff I can't sell to you. Clay is really obnoxious. Mixed seeds and clay are such a waste of space, and they have so little effect on the game overall that it's just irritating. So 500. Oh yeah, and there's a lot of waiting on the other one that I'm irritated by is I can't get a void egg. I can't get a void egg to appear in the cart, and I can't get a witch to come and affect my. They turned all my slime black, which is fine. I don't care. At one point, but they have never ever given me a void egg, not once. And I only had that happen once during my first year. Since then, I've never seen it again. Oh, I'm past the beginning of year 3. I'm going into year 4. 300. That one's 300. This one's 300. Oh, wait. And move these for sure up here. These are worth 200 each. 200. And I'll hold on to that as well. Oh, yep, there's more space wasted in my inventory. Can't do anything about that. Ghost crystal, I think, is pretty valuable. Nickwhite. Another dolomite. Jamborite. Yay, that one's worth a lot. Oh, it's only worth 250? I thought it was worth more than that. So. Huh. So, star shards are obviously the best. Jasper. This thing's not worth anything. Barite. Man, that luck is just so good. That luck is so good. See, and this is what makes me all the more hesitant about the idea of having to look for these things completely luck-based. So you'll have giant, uncontrollable streaks of bad luck and nothing you can do about it. Oh. Fire opal's worth something, I think. I don't remember how much. Haven't seen that one in a while. Kyanite. Not worth much. Clay. How can you have clay in a geode anyway? I don't know of any artifacts that are omni-geode only. Hematite, Celestine, Calcite. Yeah, Kyanite's not worth enough to hold on to. Fire opal is. Tiger's Eye is just bordering. I know there are ones that can be found only through geodes, but I don't know of any that are only found through omni-geodes. Oh, that luck. Oh, it's so good. Oh, just aren't you jealous of my luck? Warpament, not worth very much. There we go, that's something useful. $200. I know, you can't get artifacts from the geodes. The ones that I'm looking for you can't get from geodes. I'm just trying to get a lot of money right now, is what this whole thing is. And that's why I'm irritated when I just get junk. Because it's a great big colossal huge waste of space and time. And technically if it costs less than 25, it also is a waste of money. So those and those. And these. Get rid of all the freaking clay from my inventory. What else do I need for this thing? Battery and stone. Where are my batteries now? They're over here. And I have all the stone in the history of stone right here. these away. Take out the coal. This away for now. I don't need it at the moment. Put this in here for now. And I don't have enough space for one of these, and I can make another one eventually anyway. Now let's head down to the beach and continue to try and get a friggin' lobster, since for some reason I can't get that. I have one quest, I need a lobster for it, and I can't get a lobster for my quest. I have repeatedly gotten crab and cockle and mussels. No lobster whatsoever. I had the one already for catching a long time ago. Hey look, mixed seeds. Isn't that exciting, you guys? Oh, and trash. I've gotten lots and lots of trash. So I just take it and I put it in the recycle bins. So at least I can get some coal or something out of it. Oh, what do you bet this is? Okay, it's as long as it's food, I don't care. If it's mixed seeds, though, I very much do. If it's clay, I very much do. If it's gold, I'm happy. If it's one of the artifacts, I'm honestly blown away and am not even believing that it happened. Because mostly I just find the junk artifacts and that's it. Good. Found a whole fish in there. It was not red. Birdies. Fly away. Get out of here. Hi there, Hats Man. How are you, Mr. Hats Mouse? Wish there was a way to clean that up down there. Oh, and the trains. The trains are pointless. A lot of times the trains don't even drop anything. The train thing, a neat idea that really never comes to be of any value. The most valuable thing I've gotten from train was, I think, 1 coal and 1 copper ore. That was an extremely... Oh, look! Look what's back! Isn't that nice? Just destroy the driveway there. Seems like a good plan to me. Doggy. And in all honesty, in games, I am always skeptical of the idea of a random event. If an event is random, like purely and 100% unbelievably, uncontrollably, you can't do anything about it random, I am very skeptical of that. I recently got the Mike Merrill achievement for Borderlands 2, which was pretty cool. But especially, okay, the thing for the Mike Merrill achievement is, like, it's cool. It's really cool that they did that. Like, I am an avid supporter that they did that. I think that's really neat. Um, but I feel like maybe it should be, like, story related when he shows up and it happened, or something, because a lot of people don't even bother talking to the people in town. Like, they just don't. Like, there's minimal reason to talk to a lot of the people in town. They don't say anything productive. They say the same thing every time. And so, in all honesty, why bother talking to the people in town? And so, in that way, I feel like maybe they unfortunately did worse than they could have for him. Instead of, having that happen, and then people are like, well, who the heck is Mike Merrill? Is that like a developer or what? And then go and look up and find out what's going on. Then it's a neat achievement, like, or it's a neat experience. But when it's just a thing that happens completely randomly, and you don't even really bother to look most of the time, it doesn't really seem like it has the chance of being as good of a memorial as it could have been. Because I bet there's a lot of people who never get the Mike Merrill achievement, because I mean, unless you look it up online, they're like, well, these are the locations he can appear in, and he appears at random. I feel like, it could have been done better in that way. I'm getting close on where I'm going to just dump a whole bunch of emeralds in at the same time. Clam chowder is good for fishing. I too fish better when I have eaten clam chowder. I don't remember what those are. Oh, they're the amaranth. That's right. I planted a whole bunch of amaranth. Doogie? Doogie? I feel like at night it would be cute if they made the dog howl. And I'll sell these because I have a ton of mushrooms. I have a lot of mushrooms. So yeah, I have 102 right now. I don't need any more. Put these away. If I wanted to make some healing potions, I could probably make some healing potions. They're worth quite a bit. I don't, however, right now have any chanterelles. Or morels? I thought I had some morels, but I guess I don't. Oops. These are both here. See, like, that's the other thing. This is another common criticism I have for the game, that I've mentioned it a couple times. If Xander were here, he'd probably tell you, he'd be like, yeah, I've heard him say that way too many times. But, why do you do that to a sleeping baby, you weirdo? What the heck? Okay, well, that's a weird thing. I've never seen that happen before. But yeah, so, this game is very story based in many ways. Like, you are definitely able to experience quite a bit of story if you play this game. Like a lot, like a very significant amount of story. And so it should be fairly dialogue heavy. And also, for a lot of the achievements, you have to do a lot of interacting with people. You have to talk to people, you have to see all of their little personal events. You have to, I mean, you have to do things. You have to really bother to do things. You have to interact with everyone in town a lot. And they have like 11 stock things that each of them says. Which to me is a really big flaw. I mean, that's a significant and noticeable problem. That's not something that, you just miss if you're playing the game. Yeah, 4 dwarf gadgets was worth some money. A dinosaur egg was worth some money. Yeah. So that, I have my qualms with that. Like, I have a lot of qualms with that. I feel like they're doing a disservice by doing that. Maple syrup and pine tar are both in here. They would be, but there was no pine tar at the moment. Hey, I can make wine again, so I'll make wine again. I can't make wine again. What am I talking about? I'm lying. See, like, again, we've had that conversation. We've had that conversation many times. And while it's sweet, I mean, it's a really sweet line. But we've had that conversation. We've done that. We've been there. We got another event coming up we want you to go to. Oh, is it gonna crash? It might crash. Oh, there we go. Hey, that's exactly what I'm selling right now. Thank you. And the other thing about this is they say that digging up things is more common in the winter. You can find more things to dig up in the winter. I seem to be going across a very large area of this map most of the time, and I do not see anything to dig up anywhere. Here's one. Alright, mix seeds. Mix seeds? Yam. Mix seeds? Scapula. At least that's one I haven't had many of. That's only the second one of those I've ever had. Meanwhile, let's see how many rusty spoons I've had. Probably 17 or 18. 10. Mine. 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 If I can keep getting refined quartz that way, I'm happy. See if I got a lobster today. Not holding my breath. Nope. In fact, I got 2 trash once again. A clam and a crab. I always get at least 2 trash with my my lobster pots. Well, the other reason I don't like going to the beach if I don't have to is it has no music. It has no music at all. And this game has great music. I mean, it has an ambient sound effect, which is nice. It's fine. But no music. And this game has spectacular music. Like, really good music. Like, this will probably be the first game that I specifically and actively give a very positive music score that I've done a review on. Ancient Seed. It's useful. I'll never turn down that. Mine. You don't do anything with those little areas out there. It's almost a little arbitrary that they put them in the first place. Hello, Linus, how are you today? Oops, I didn't mean to shut off your fire. I was trying to talk to you. Fly away, birdie. Or not. Three clay. At least it's worth $60 that way. 60 of the letter G. I don't know what this counts as. Does this still count as mountains?